Good afternoon. Welcome to Midday News on OGTV. My name is Opayemi Adewumi. The Senate Committee on Aviation were in Ogun State a function to their legislative powers to make aviation functional in the state. The committee, led by Senator Smart Adeyemi, visited the governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, in his office. Governor's office correspondent Tunde Olaniro reports that the governor made a strong case for the federal government to support the completion and operation of the agro-cargo airport in Aviation for its economic advantage as the first and only cargo airport in the country. This report.
The Senate Committee on Aviation is in Ogun State to perform an oversight function. Their first port of call was the office of the governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun. The committee observed that Ogun State has a good past and a promising future.
Construction here. The essence, like I said, is for us as a committee to have a fair idea of the situation on ground. I've had discussion with the Minister of Aviation on several occasions on this issue of two airports under construction in Ogun State. I recall just a few days ago the Director General of Nigeria Civil Aviation, Captain Musa Nuhu, equally raised this issue with me and the Permanent Secretary. And I said to them, I have not been to Ogun State, so I wouldn't know what they are talking about. So our coming here is for us to see how we can look at these two airports and help the Aviation Minister on one hand, and that because it will guide us in the course of legislation and budgeting for the Ministry of Aviation.
The governor of the state made the cargo airport in Ilishan Remo.
Our decisions here are guided by good governance. That is, we ask ourselves, in decision making, we ask ourselves, is it a fair decision? Is it equitable to all? Is the process transparent? Have we consulted our people in the course of making this decision? Is it of economic importance? Is it of economic value? Will it positively impact the life of our people? This administration is deliberate and methodical. The need to have a cargo airport was made by a joint interministerial committee, and we consequently evaluated the initiative that was started by previous administrations because government is a continuum. After a thorough evaluation, the choice of the airport cargo location is because it complements the agric processing in that corridor with access, and we are also very clear we don't need a passenger airport. A lot of verifiable work has excited about the opportunities that this metropolis presents.
He noted that it makes developmental, economic and transportation sense to get the agro-cargo airport operational as soon as possible.
This airport's location, the access is like second to none. Lagos Ibadan Expressway you came on is less than a kilometer away from this airport, less than 1 kilometer away from this airport. Shagamu Benin Expressway is less than a kilometer away from this airport. You will see that. So we are not investing in any new access road. Those are probably the two busiest roads in this country. He spoke about the gas pipeline. The gas pipeline is actually parallel to Shagamu Benin, which is less than a kilometer away. So that guarantees us that we can have a power plant in that place that will guarantee 24 hours electricity. This is part of our electricity supply master plan in Ogun State.
The Commissioner for Finance and Chief Economic Advisor of Ogun State, Dapo Akubadejo, made a presentation to validate this proof. Other senators in the committee also lent their voice. The agro-cargo airport in Ilishan Remo is the first and the only agro-cargo airport in the country. Tunde Olaniro, OGTV News.
The African continent cannot afford to be left behind as the opportunity of the lessons taught by outbreak of COVID to focus more on adequate investment in the human life. This was the cross of opinion at the International Colloquium Fourth birthday of the former president of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, held at the auditorium of Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library, Abeokuta, show the event, which has both on-set and virtual, and brought back.
Every year, it's not just a time for the former president of Olusegun Obasanjo to celebrate his birthday, but has been used of national and international development. The international colloquium to mark the 84th birthday this year has reflection on governance and change economic leadership in Africa and focuses on how the pandemic will shape the economy, politics, and socio-cultural development of Africa, and what governance models are needed to cope with the impacts. The three-part program commenced with a virtual panel discussion by African youth on governance in Africa. This was followed by the international colloquium, where countries from different parts of the world reflected on governance and changes for post-pandemic leadership in Africa through different topics. There were also contributions from the physical audience.
Africa's response to these challenges gives me hope that the continent will not waste the experience of the crisis.
We need to protect each other. And so what happened in America was long queues.
Government was in leadership in ensuring that.
For the celebrants, the former president of Nigeria, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, he was at a point tested, said he believed in his mind that he would never die of COVID-19 and commended the role of all levels in stemming the tide of the virus. The former president said even though Africa is not yet out of the wood, the continent must act collectively, as he attributed the low cases recorded in the continent against the general prediction to God factor.
Act collectively, and that is not happening yet. Let us look at our situation in Africa. If we have no technology to produce the vaccine, which even Cuba has, don't we have sense to come together and do collective purchase?
Some of the dignitaries also speak about the life of the man generally described as Baba of Africa.
But you cannot become a president without belonging to a party. So he was dragged into PDP, and I remember my late friend, Sukuye, he went to him to persuade him to come. I remember that same day that we went to meet him at Itaiko.
He's a good leader that has taught, and Baba has been able to mentor all of us, the people that Baba has mentored. And I am glad and proud to be associated.
Gifted man, 4 times he has escaped death by grace of God. Was in Congo, was in Abacha.
The birthday cake and different performances were used to mark the 84th birthday. Matthew Showme, OGTV News.
The Ogun State government has commissioned 80 million naira worth of education technology tests, which includes 280 sets of computer systems, amongst others, to boost the institution technologically. The Staff Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Arigbabu, while at Moshood Apiola Polytechnic, Abeokuta, reiterated towards integrating technology into teaching and learning activities, pointing out that the provision of the equipment was apt at the time when virtual learning is the order. Arigbabu, who applauded the initiative of the institution's management towards assessing the fund, said the use of technology in all spheres of human endeavors could not be overemphasized. The commissioner revealed that primary and secondary schools in the state would also be provided with adequate ICT equipment as well as resource center in each local government area to enable learners prepare adequately for the future.
I'm really impressed. I'm impressed because the Polytechnic management seem to be moving in tandem with the vision of the governor of this state, His Excellency, Dr. Aviation, MFR. Because you remember that coming on board, we also set up the tech hub, the tech hub. When you enter Aviation, you see the tech hub. Because we believe that technology should be used to drive the state as a whole. And for us in education, we believe that the use of technology is very, very important and very, very paramount.
In his remarks, the acting rector of Moshood Abiola Polytechnic, Dr. Adeoye Odedeji, reaffirmed that the project would not only help the students of the institution, but would be an advantage to the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, JAMB, and other academic purposes. Dr. Odedeji applauded the giant stride of the government towards ensuring that education takes its pride of place, promising that the institution would continue to produce worthy ambassadors for the states. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control recorded fresh 371 confirmed cases of coronavirus with 3 deaths. This has brought the total number of confirmed cases in the country to 158,042, and 1,954 deaths have so far been recorded. However, a total of 137,025 cases have been discharged since the inception of the virus in Nigeria. The new 371 cases are distributed in 20 states as Lagos 101, Rivers 54, Anambra 31, Ebonyi 23, Imo 23, Kwara 22, Kano 20, Taraba 17, Akwa Ibom 16, FCT 15, Abia 13, Kaduna 13, Osun 5, Edo and Oyo 4 each, Kebbi and Ogun have 3 each, Ekiti 2, Nasarawa and Zamfara recorded a case each. To round off the news, you learn more from failure than from success. Don't forget that you can also watch us live on this platform, Harper, Roku, Facebook and Android devices. You can also watch us on OGTV, www.ogtv.com.ng/live, or email us at info@ogtv.com.ng. Many thanks for joining us on Midday News. Stay with us as we bring you Euro shortly. Good afternoon.